how to stop chasing after love and instead let it come to you. So in today's video, we're diving into how to be more magnetic and more in your own energy when it comes to chasing after other people. And how, when you start chasing after other people, what it does is it starts to dissipate your energy. And then you start to get in this point when you start thinking about that person all the time, and you don't get any reply, you don't get any text message. And also, if you ever notice there's someone that you were into, that if you overly obsess over that person, it can actually repel. Because when you obsess over someone, what's happening is you're projecting that energy, and it causes them to be repelled. And, this could be with love, this could be friends, family, this could be even clients. Any relationship, because all relationship is this give and take of energy. But what happens when you're constantly focusing on this other person is you're putting them on a pedestal, and you're creating a distance, you're creating a separation between you and connecting with them. And another thing is that you're externalizing your happiness. So in the video we're gonna talk about today, how to stop doing the externalization, how to take it down off the pedestal, and how to realize that you are the prize. So this really relates to the art of detachment, because when you really, really want something, there's an energy of attachment, right? And you ever notice that when you're in that state of really needing it, right? The energy of needing is an energy of scarcity consciousness. It's coming from the place of saying that you don't have this thing. And it's coming from the mindset of saying that if I have this thing, if this person messages me, if this person wants to hang out with me, if people start to respond to the energy that I'm putting out, then I'll be happy. Now you've already put it up on a pedestal. You've already created a distance. So when you bring your energy into yourself and you let go of that attachment, you're closing the gap, and there's no longer a distance or a separation between that and what you want. And also this relates to letting go of attachment to the result. Because when you really, really need that result to happen, it just holds it at bay. And also letting go of the attachment to the other person. And because when you put so much importance on that, it demagnetizes your energy. It disperses your energy. Now, when it comes to energy theory, right, you've got this process of also clearing your energy centers, and clearing your energetic field. So there's something that happens when we are attached to someone else for our happiness, and it creates something called an energetic cord. And what that energetic cord does is it creates a leak in your energy field. So whenever there's a leak in your energy field, it creates a loss of energy. And a loss of energy is a loss of magnetism. You want to clear those cords. You want to let go of those attachments. You want to seal those leaks, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. And when you're constantly obsessing over when's it going to happen or thinking about this other person, is creating a loss of energy, right? And on some level, either they're feeling it or even subconsciously, the other person can think the kind of thoughts that you're thinking. So if you're having thoughts of constantly focusing on that person not getting back to you, or feeling like no one loves you, or feeling like, paying attention to this inner dialogue, because the inner dialogue that you're having about someone else, they're going to feel that, because we're all connected. So when you go within and you take responsibility for your own energy, reclaim your own energy, reclaim your sovereignty, reclaim your energy from this dependence on someone else to do anything in order for you to be happy. What happens is it starts to again create that magnetism, and it also creates like you're more centered, you're more present, and it allows that inner dialogue to shift, becoming aware of the inner dialogue that you're having about other people, because that's could what also be repelling them, shifting that internal story. And then whenever they come up, having a positive story about, maybe they're just doing their own thing. I'm doing my own thing. You know what? I'm good. I trust that whenever they're ready to connect is when it's down to connect. And then you just put your focus on even what you're creating. That's powerful, because now you're like being more of a creator, you're being more of a visionary, you're being more in your own jam. People respond to that. It's a shift in the inner dialogue. And there's a powerful story from Neville Goddard, where a woman had been estranged, not been able to connect with two members of her family. And it was revealed that in her inner dialogue, she had always was thinking thoughts of how they never get, or they're not in my life, or like I don't matter to them. And she became aware of that narrative and started to shift and started to only think these loving thoughts about them whenever they came up, and started to envision them actually both sending her a letter wanting to reconnect. And then she would let it go to the universe. And after she did this whole imaginal act, actually they both sent her a letter on the same day saying how much they loved and appreciated her and wanted to reconnect with her. Recently, I had something similar to this coming back. I wanted to reconnect with some people that I really love here. And I was having these thoughts of like, we would kind of, it'd be hit or miss, or I wouldn't hear back from anybody, or you get, they don't pick up the call or don't get back to you, or somebody's busy, and I went in, I brought my energy back and I changed the story, and I just started like feeling these loving thoughts and letting go of my attachment to the result, and just envisioning that in the right timing, we would all connect and have this beautiful experience. And then after that happened, there were a couple tests of faith of timing and stuff like that, but then it all happened. And even happened with manifesting this living situation, temporarily allowed us to also connect because of the area and the location and all the synchronicity. So, and it's also like I was also in my own energy of creating. So then those people felt more called to reach out and connect with me. So another thing is, remember, you are the prize. You are the gift. When you take someone else off the pedestal, what you're doing is you're like, oh my God, this person's so amazing. You're making them the prize. And then you know what it creates? It creates this needy energy for validation, this needy energy for love, but it's not attractive, right? But when you realize that you are the prize and you start really loving yourself, you start finding the love within yourself, you start giving yourself the love, then you're already giving yourself the feeling that you would want in the having of that relationship or of that person chasing you. But you've already got it. So you're good either way. You are the prize. Remembering and knowing your own worth, and then self-sourcing that within yourself. And then what I found with this is that loving yourself is magnetic. And also it creates this vibrancy and health and vitality, and all of that makes you pleasant to be around. And then people want to be around you because they feel that energy. And it makes you a vibrational match to what you want. And then another thing this relates to is working through childhood wounding. Maybe there was a point when your parents weren't available. That was a huge thing that I went through, was an abandonment wound from my parents splitting up. And, what I eventually realized is that it was like in certain ways that I was abandoning myself. When I started to fully reclaim and be my own parent and love my inner child, it allowed me to start healing more of that, and also to let go of the past, right? Because also that's where those clearing those attachments is that's when you can be playing out these relationship dynamics of the past. But when you go in and you clear that energy and you're able to let go, you're going to feel more free. You're going to feel like your emotions are more flowing. And this is also allowing you to like heal that dependency on the external. That's what creates the codependency is trying to find our happiness and our dopamine and our inner energy and everything on the outside, on other people's validation. And I found that the more that I've been letting go of that in this process, the more attractive that I become, the more vital, the more energy that I have, the more courage that I have to live my purpose, the more creative I am, the more confident that I feel. Because that's stepping into a sovereign energy. A sovereign energy is so attractive because people feel that. They feel that you're in your body, in your frame, in your jam, that you're creating, that you're like, you've got your own context going on, and that you're not relying on that external validation. It's more authentic. And as you go through this, it starts to align your energy so that the law of attraction can work. And people start to pick up on that. It feels good to be around you. Suddenly, you'll get that text message, or somebody will reach out to you, or somebody you haven't heard from for a long time. Sometimes it'll happen instantly, or sometimes it'll happen when you just forget about it. Because chances are, if you're not even thinking about it anymore, you just let it go, and you're in a state of receptivity, now you're more attractive, like you're more open, you're more receptive to those new energies and those new connections, and for that thing that you want, because you're actually a match to it instead of repelling it. Because when you're satisfied and you don't need it anymore, because the need, again, that's the energy of lack. It's saying, I don't have that. It's a signal you're sending out to the universe. And even if the other person wanted to, they can't even help it subconsciously. They're just responding to your vibration. So when you forgive and you let go of the judgment around that, change the internal narrative, work through the energies, and work through the wounding and heal and clear and let go of the past, you open up to that state of receptivity. And once you do, you start to bring your energy in, and you're more like, I'm good either way. And you start to let them miss you. You start to let people come to you, because you feel more worthy. You feel more whole. You feel more like, I'm good. What's going on? And so now people are going to start to come to you. Opportunities are going to start to come to you. New relationships that you didn't even know how good it can be, how magical it can be for you. That'll start to happen. It'll start to blow your freaking mind, because now you're open to allowing things rather than trying to force them to happen, trying to make them to happen, and allow you to be in your own frame. Focus on what you're creating, which will focus your manifestation energy, your life force energy, your creative energy. Because there's also periods of time where we have those gaps between communicating and always being with people. It's time to be within ourselves. It's a time to clarify our energy. It's a time to clear those cords and attachments. It's a time to be sovereign. And then as you connect in that vision, you start moving forward, you're living your divine purpose. Now you're going to get the kinds of relationships that truly are a vibrational match to that satisfaction. And this allows you in your emotions to feel more free. Because when you find the happiness within that you've been looking for out there, then the things you wanted all along that you thought would make you happy if you had them, you've already happy. So now they just can't help but come to you because you're a vibrational match to them. So think, I'm good either way. I am the prize. Things come to me in perfect time. Sit back, relax, and watch it all come to you. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, got some value, hit the thumbs up. Maybe let me know an insight you had in the comments. And again, to get the regular videos helping you tune into alignment and stay there, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to get the push notifications. Blessings, and we'll see you on the next one.